Greetings, it's Vaygrim, back with another mod guide. And this time we're looking at power solutions, submitted for your approval by Meradudd. From the forums, he presents to me the Super Sayan Cube. Now, let me preface this first. He proposed this solution, the S.S.C, as it has been nicknamed. The S.S.C has been proposed as a big power solution for the Vaygrim's Chance mod pack. And Meradudd delivered. Definitely delivered. This contraption fits within the 7x7x7 space that you see in front of me. And this is what it looks like. It is an automated, self-sustaining farm. It uses fertilized dirt from random things. This is an adjustable chest from Better Chests. It has been upgraded with a harvesting and planting upgrade, a light upgrade. I've given it some slot upgrades. And these are just light panels to make sure you get light all the way out to the farthest edges. These are glowstone glass covers. And then I have a massive battery bank plugged into this thing. Now, this is 60 million RF of storage. If you look right here, it's generating 10,800 RF per tick, which is hefty. And I don't even have all the generators on. I'm leaving this skeleton open over here so you can see this right here. Within the center, there is a column of Ender IO gas and energy conduits that go straight up the middle. That's what this is. And there is basically a hydrogen generator right there, and right there, just like that, going all the way up. There's even one right there, but you have to make sure and isolate those conduits so you don't get extra connections. This contraption generates an absurd amount of power. All told, let's just disconnect that real quick. It's not running at peak efficiency. These things are going on and off and on and off. It is being fed by a crusher that is being pushed into a PRC. All of this is being automated. Let me swing over to this other side. By the Machine Inventory Manager from Steve's Factory Manager. The SFM has a reservoir. It is pulling water from that reservoir and sending water to the pressurized reaction chamber from Mechanism. And the electrolytic separator. The electrolytic separator is dumping oxygen, storing hydrogen. And it is sending the hydrogen to the PRC that has hydrogen and water in it. This biofuel is what's coming from the crusher. It is crushing carrots to get biofuel, and the carrots is coming from this little segment of inventory cable, goes up a block, and it's touching the bottom of that chest. So this is collecting carrots as fast as possible. I wonder, watering. Whoops. That's not the one we want. We want this one. Let's see if we can speed it up a little bit and help it. Now, in theory, this thing would be turning on and off when it hit max power storage. The whole system shuts off, and this garden would be building up a backstock of carrots. So while this can actually generate more than 10,800 RF per tick in its current configuration, it cannot do it sustained indefinitely. I think it is not actually harvesting these outside carrots. I wonder if we have to do harvesting. Where's the harvesting upgrade? Oh gosh. Better chests. I might have missed a step. Aha! I need some more. I'm just going to max that out. Thank you. There we go. It's getting the outside row. It's maximizing its potential. I'm going to put that away. So, Did not realize I missed that. You need at least two harvesting upgrades and at least two planting upgrades on that. So there is a comparator right here. This comparator is getting a signal, a redstone signal, a strong signal, from this conduit power manager from Ender.io. See, we're up to 13,200 right now. And as soon as this gets over 90, I think it's over 80% full, it stops sending carrots to the crusher. You see, this doesn't have a stack of 64 anymore. It's going through what it's got. I probably should lower that down to about 75. Maybe even 70. Because that stack of carrots lasts for a while. But that redstone signal is off. If you look down here, the comparator is not, the repeater is not sending a signal. But that goes into the redstone receiver, which is connected to the SFM. And this is a redstone controlled trigger. While it has a high signal, it will get carrots from the chest at the top and put it in the crusher. Everything else runs on a timer trigger. But I could probably put the same trigger on all of them. I have automated water being sent to the electrolytic separator and to the PRC. I have waste product from the PRC being sent to a trash can. And then I have the biofuel being created by the crusher being sent to the PRC. The whole process. And you hear now, the electrolytic separator is off. Where is it? Right there. I don't think it's running. This is going through. And these, I think, have all maxed out because this is maxed out. So really? I'm going to try 60%. And no, I'll leave that at 10. When it's less than 10% full, send a signal. When it gets to 65, it stops sending carrots, and the crusher runs through what it's got until the battery gets low again. Now, here's the real interesting part. I'm going to keep putting these down. There we go. Whoops. Gotta make sure you have these aimed right, or it doesn't work. And we have that's the hard part right there. Disable that and rotate it. Then we disable that. And we rotate it. Okay, we're going to put one there and one there. Whoops. There we go. We want nice, neat, clean connections. One connection per gas burning generator. Otherwise, some generators start taking a higher priority and it throws the math off. So now if we get all of this connected, I think it all is. What happens if we drain a little bit of power out of this system? That maxed out. Tops out at a certain level. How many carrots do we have in back stock? We have, 58 carrots. We're actually building a back stock of carrots. This is an amazing setup that we actually have going on here. Energy Cube. Let's get a few more of these To drain this thing out completely, we want to drop it below the trigger point, which is 10%, which means at 6 million it should kick on. We should see this turn on real soon. There we go. That lights up. We can take these out. And now we are seeing how much power getting generated. Oops. Gotta go down here. There we go. It's going up. Absolute peak efficiency. This should top out over 20,000 RF per tick. I think the actual cable max is coming up here in just a minute. But this is a 7 by 7 by 7 chunk of space that generates self-sustaining 20k RF per tick. Who needs big reactors? I tell you what, this is a very impressive creation. And again, this has been submitted on the forums by Meradudd. Full credit, I hope I'm saying his name right, Meradudd. Full credit where credit is due. This is a genius contraption. I would have never thought up something this elaborate. I've had to rebuild it from screenshots. Initially, I was having problems with some test versions of the mod pack. The conduits, the Ender IO conduits, weren't talking to the mechanism machines. And that's something we're going to have to get ironed out. But I moved back to the current version, 103 of the mod pack. And this completely works within the Vaygrim's Chance mod pack version 103. I'll get it working in future versions of the mod pack. But as it stands right now, why are we missing a carrot there? That bugs me. Replant, come on. I think it's going a little faster than it can keep up with. So, this is a real impressive contraption. Everything is automated. I gotta go all the way over to the other side using SFM. And I have one line of conduit, this inventory cable. It goes up and it jogs this way. Goes up, jogs this way, and then it goes up and touches the bottom of that chest right in the middle of the crops area. Very cool, very cool. And I gotta say, this thing is, it's not keeping up with the crusher. However, as it stands right now, this is running way more than it normally would. See, now it's maxed out. The signal turned off a long time ago. The crusher is just going through the backstock. I could lower this even farther, I think, because it still has 20 carats now. I think we could drop this to 40. From 40%, it will generate enough power to get itself all the way up to full, which is insane. All of the gas-burning generators are turned off. They're all maxed out on power reserves, and they're very slowly building up a backstock of ethylene because this is still running. And I could let this run a little bit longer. That might be good. But as long as we have a good backstock of carrots, the rest of the system will keep up. Now, it should be noted, if you go through here, this is the battery bank, right? I've had to go through and do disabled, except for there. That one has to be enabled. I don't know why. Because I have a cable on the bottom, but that's just not enough, apparently. Disabled. All of these have been disabled so they do not interact with the conduits and the actual generators around them. Except for that one. That one should be done. Disabled, disabled, disabled. I'll even disable the top that's pressed up against the actual fertilizer just in case. There's nothing there, but just in case, I'll put that to disabled. So the only 2 points that are connecting for power to give it in or out is here and here. That's it. And I'm using a redstone conduit that's pointing into this comparator. The comparator, this is set to Yeah, it's just a normal signal. Yeah. This is talking to the comparator. The comparator sends a strong signal to the receiver. And the receiver... Can I? I cannot. Oh, God. All the way over here. The receiver is being seen right here. So we have a trigger. Redstone receivers. Every second. Any of the sides, if they receive a redstone signal of any strength, then basically while that is happening on a high signal, this happens. And this is going to that better chest at the top. And it's grabbing carrots out one at a time. And it's putting them, into the crusher. This is the only part that's redstone controlled. The rest of the process runs constantly. Honestly, with one Steve's Factory Manager hitting every second, I could see this is actually causing a little bit of latency, a little bit of lag on a server. I could. And you have this many tile entities ticking over, but think about it. You could have one base, and this is all of the power you need. You could fit it in one chunk. And if you even wanted to, you could make several of these. Since it's 7 by 7, you could fit 4 of them flat in the same space in a chunk and not have them connect. Which means all 4 could be used to send power wirelessly to everybody on a server. And you only have to load one chunk for power. That's impressive. So yeah, Meradudd, you really did surpass yourself this time. I have to say, this is an impressive feat of engineering and accomplishment. Now, I'm going to link an imager link that he gave for the Super Saiyan Cube, because it's over 9,000. In the description of the video, I'm also going to link to the actual forum thread. And I really do highly recommend that you try this yourself. Just test it in the Vaygrim's Chance mod pack and see how it works for you. I rebuilt it entirely from the pictures in the imager. That is possible. Just follow the instructions in the forum thread in the imager, and you'll be fine. This is Vaygrim signing off for another crazy feat of engineering. I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.